So for this project we're going to need a Kydex press, some drill bits for the eyelets to connect the halves, and an anvil and hammer for attaching the eyelets. You're going to want some sort of hardware to connect the holster to your tactical gear. You're going to want the Kydex, of course. Some sandpaper. I'm using 240 grit here. A utility knife is pretty good for cutting this stuff. You're going to want the thing you're going to cast for the holster, what you're going to store in the holster. A heat gun is helpful, and I don't know, we might need a drill at some point. And I just have this square because a square is always helpful. Okay, so I'm going to start by cutting our Kydex to the size of the holster we want for this gun. This is the perfect length for the entire holster here. I'm going to cut out about this much so it has room to fold up on each side. And then I'm going to just cut two of the exact same size. If I can get them both out of this, that would be nice, but I don't think there's quite enough. I could probably do that. I'm going to line this up with the edge of the table so that I can also have this hanging over the edge. I have not tried heating up the Kydex yet, but I'm fairly certain that that won't be very difficult. Alright, so I'm just scoring a line. I'm not expecting to cut all the way through. It's going to cut like maybe a quarter of the way through the piece, and then I'm going to split it in half with my hands. Okay, maybe I didn't score it enough. I don't want to risk damaging this piece, so I'm going to just score it a little more. I've got enough of a cut here that I can just, I don't need the square anymore. It cuts okay with a hacksaw. You get a big burr, but it does work. Alright, that should be enough. There we go. It makes a nice clean cut. I think I had it like maybe a third of the way through before I tore it in half. You might even be able to see it on the edge here. There's like a white line where I stopped cutting, it looks like. So now we have our two pieces of Kydex. I'm going to put this square away. This is how it will be laid out in the press. I have to heat these up before we press it, of course, so I am going to go do that. The temperature that I should use for this Kydex, which is 0.08 inches thick, is 370. Okay, while the oven is warming up the Kydex, I'm going to use this heat gun here to warm up the weapon and the mold, or the press material, because you want the temperature, you want it to stay hot for a little while inside the mold. Whenever the Kydex is finished heating up, then I will bring it down and start the molding process. Okay, the Kydex is all heated up on a baking sheet. I did put the Kydex in as the oven was heating up, which may have been a mistake, but it is certainly flexible right now. I also made sure to put the Kydex shiny side down so that the matte side wouldn't get messed up. It is sticking a little to this sheet, but that's alright. Okay, so now I'm placing it shiny side up. It has shrunk quite a bit. Hopefully that's not an issue, but if it is, I have another sheet and I can fix it. Alright, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully it works out nice and smoothly. Okay. I have the latches opened as far as they'll go, so that they should be able to reach these on the bottom. This will be a bit difficult, I expect that. Okay, they all reached, that's convenient. Now I'm just going to tighten the two opposite each other together at the same time, approximately. Now I'm going to twist the, here, I guess you guys can't see this. I'm going to twist the tightening mechanism here so that I can pull it even tighter with these two. Now I can take these two off and do the same thing again, just even tighter. Alright, let's hope it goes well. I will bring you guys back once it is done. Okay, it's been 20 minutes sitting here. Let's see how this turned out. Hopefully, pretty good. Alright, here's the moment of truth. So far, well, from what I've felt, that's just the gun. I can't feel any of the holster. Okay. Oh, it's stuck on some of these latches still. That's what's going on. Alright, let's see how this turned out. That looks pretty good. That does look like a decent holster. I am going to clean off this baking sheet with a wire wheel. It got stuck on some of these dirty spots, so that should help a lot, I think. So I will be right back with a new batch of heated Kydex. Okay, these are somewhat warm. The Kydex did not shrink this time, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna hit these one more time with the heat gun. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, here we go. This is the moment. Ooh, this is looking very good. Okay. Piece number 1 looks good. Firearm. Nice. Alright. Piece number 2. Here we go. Ooh, this is way easier to take off when it's heated properly. Alright, let's see how this goes. That should be good. Alright, here we go again with the boxes. Oh, I forgot to loosen the latches, but I might be able to use these as they are for this example. Alright. Alright, there we go. I think that went a lot smoother than the first time, since I had some practice now. And I will be back in another 20 minutes. Let's open it up and see how this one went. Okay. Jeez. There we go. Alright. That looks pretty good there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So it created a sort of less detailed surface. I mean, as long as it holds the weapon, it doesn't really matter. I might make a few modifications with the heat gun after I riveted it together, just to like cover up the front there. Yeah, that looks good, and it slides in a lot easier too with this amount of heat applied to it, because of the smoother curves. So okay, yeah. Next step would be to drill holes for the rivets. So yeah, let's head over to the drill press. I have a 1/4 inch drill bit right here. That is the size that the eyelets are. I'm gonna clamp this together and we're gonna drill, we're gonna start with the top because these are the ones that don't really matter to me. The ones in the side and the bottom have to be spaced so that they match the fastening hardware. I'm gonna put like 3 holes. Alright, we've got 3 holes. I'm gonna rivet these together and come back to the drill press. Alright, now I'm gonna hold it with the hammer, or whatever you want to call this, I'm not sure. Grab. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Alright, here we go. So, this is the side I hammered. Yeah, it looks great. Well, I got those 3 in, and this thing's not moving, which is not a good sign because I just realized I have to do the middle ones here. I'm probably just gonna have to drill these out, but I mean, that was a good test fit, I guess. Alright, so, got those out. Alright, I'm gonna go drill those out. Of course, I center punched the wrong side. Luckily, I caught myself before I actually started drilling, so good thing I caught that. Let's do that again. Alright, let's unrivet these again. and put these in, like just rivet it. That would have made so much sense. All right, take 3. Nice. That's awesome. That's really satisfying. All right, for all the mistakes I've done, this is looking really good. I think it looks pretty cool. All right, now we can hammer these back together. This thing's all together. This should still fit. Nice. Shoot. I may have made another mistake here. This attachment point plus the Kydex took a lot of the, that took all of the rivet. So I can't use the same holes to connect both halves. So I'm going to have to rivet this. Actually, I can just put it on the anvil. I don't want to have to separate this again, that's the thing. I'm thinking I'll just drill through both sides, and yeah, it'll be yeah, it'll be alright. Alright, here's the leg drop panel I'm going to attach this to. Let's see where these holes need to be to line up with these molly tiles here. So yeah, I'm gonna just put it like right before the curve. Alright, I successfully riveted the other fastener. It should work. I should probably test that now, but I'm gonna put some rivets on the other side just so that that's not what you're seeing when you look at this holster. And then I'm gonna drill a few more holes around it to actually rivet the halves together. I know it's riveting content. You know, I'm gonna call that good. All right, now let's rivet the rest of these bits together. That looks good. All right, I'm gonna drill one more hole in the middle here, and then put these two in as well. All right, this whole thing's stuck together. Okay, so next I'm going to grind down the sides here, grind and sand them after they've ground down so that they look better, and then I'm even gonna polish them a little bit. Then it should be done. Alright, it took about 20-30 seconds to heat up on the high heat on that gun, and now I did it on the other side too so that it would have a nice seam down the middle. Now I'm just making sure it cools off in the right spot with these pliers. I don't want to give it too much, otherwise I'll bend it way out of shape. Ha, ha, ha. Good. Still stays in upside down. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now I'm just gonna sand this down and then it's done. I'm not gonna show you the whole sanding process because it's gonna take a while. So I will be back with the finished product. Alright, about an hour of grinding and sanding and then a little bit of polishing later, the holster's done. Looks like I still have a little burr here. There we go. The polishing was mostly to just get rid of all the burrs, and I made it nice and smooth. Oh yeah, I did a little bit of work with the heat gun to make sure it's symmetrical. Yeah, that's about it. I made sure to fold in the tip so that it looks nice. These are fairly straight too. I might hit this after the video a little bit to just twist it in the right direction, but that's about it. Stays in nice and easy. Actually added 2 rivets to the end to, I felt like that helped a bit for holding it in place. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Over and out.